Hi, welcome once again to Higgsy'S Man Cave. So we're getting on with the GT550. I've had all the engine casings vapor blasted. I'm still waiting for the crank. I'm having the starter clutch repaired because it had split into three, so we've welded it up at work and I've got an engineer machining it down for me and sorting all that out, so hopefully that will be here eventually. We'll get that sorted. Bit of a nightmare. All the barrels are all vapor blasted, heads, all that kind of stuff. Right, let's have a little look around the man cave and see where we're at. So we've got we've got the wheels back. Got some new rims here. The hubs have all been vapor blasted. Now waiting for all the bearings to go in. Nice new set of spokes. So I've got to build those wheels up. And here we've got all the powder coating back. So here's all the main stand, the top yoke, and all the powder coating that I've been waiting for, swinging arm, and then of course the frame. So here's the frame, waiting for me to start on it. So I'll probably do another full day on it tomorrow maybe, and start putting the bits and pieces back on that. And here we can see what remains of the starter clutch, which I'm trying to rebuild. I'm trying to get that fixed. But yeah, this is a lovely super gloss black powder coating. Makes a lovely job of that. Really super gloss black. Everything, so that's nice. And then I've got the forks to put back together. And then all the swinging arm and all that kind of stuff. And then the wheels. So I'll put the wheels, I'll build all the wheels back up and get them done. So I've got all the so I've got all the fork internals here. They've all been vapor blasted. I've actually had to vapor blast some of the one side was quite rusty inside, so this spring was okay, and this spacer, but this one and this was quite rusty, so I've vapor blasted them. As you can see from the washers there, that was the nice oily side and that was the rusty side, but I'll wire brush that up. So yeah, I've got all the fork internals there to get ready. But what I'm going to do with these is, some people like to have them super shiny and mirror polished. Well, I don't think that's the right way to do it, because that's not how you saw them. So what I do is on my polishing wheel I have a Scotch Brite pad, and I Scotch Brite them, and then once they're Scotch Brited, I put some clear lacquer on them, and that gives you a really nice finish. And I've actually done it on the RD400 here when I did those forks, and it gives you a nice original looking fork, because they were never super shiny, they weren't mirror polished when you bought them new, and that's how I'm going to make these look. So you can see the difference in finish now. This is I've just had the Scotch Brite wheel on this one, and this is the one as it came out of the vapor blaster. So it's all nice and clean there, but it's not got this nice finish on. So if you Scotch Brite finish it and then clear lacquer it, and then for me that's done. Hi, welcome back to Higgsy'S Man Cave. We're on with the GT550 again. I'm just going to start building the wheels today. I just want to show you the forks. I did show you some little clips the other day where I've vapor blasted the fork legs, and then I've Scotch Brited them. I've got a Scotch Brite wheel on my polisher, and I just give it a quick blinish with the Scotch Brite, and then clear lacquer, and that gives you a sort of factory looking finish. I mean, a lot of people polish them to death, mirror polish them, which they never look like. That's not what they look like when you bought them from new. So these are the finished forks. I've put all new seals and oil in them, all that kind of stuff, so there's the forks all ready to go back on the bike. So today I'm going to be on with the building the wheels. So we've got the hubs all nice and vapor blasted, all brand new bearings inside, all ready to go, brand new rims, brand new spokes. So I'll get started. Right, we're just doing the carburetors at the moment, and as you can see they're in a bit of a state. So particularly this one with all the white stuff in it, I really don't know what that is. I think it's had some water getting it at some stage. But yeah, this is the carburetors stripped, so hopefully we'll be getting those looked at. Slides look pretty good, and we'll get all that completely stripped, all vapor blasted, and all back together. So let's crack on with that. Wheels are completely finished now. Oh, the forks are completely finished. The forks are done, vapor blasted, scotch brighted, clear lacquered, polished up, all new seals, new oil, all that kind of stuff. That's all done. So you'll get to see that when it goes back together. All the I'm still waiting for the zinking, which is probably the biggest thing I'm waiting for at the moment. So what I'm going to do while I'm waiting is I'm going to start on the crankcase and try and put the most of the gearbox back together. So. Fresh oil in there. Oops. You can see when you put the shift drum in place, you can see where the neutral detent plunger rests, just there. So what you do is you put this in and you rotate it round so that's pointed at the hole, and then you put your plunger bolt in, and then you know it's in neutral. Which enables you to get all the gears positioned correctly. So, yeah, so that's there. And we just rotate. Hi, welcome back to Higgsy'S Man Cave. Just going to give you the latest update on where we get up to with the GT550 and have a quick look around the workshop. So we've got the paintwork back, the bodywork's all done. There's all the cylinders all vapor blasted, and there's a lot of the powder coating there. There's the wheels are all done now. New rims, new spokes, vapor blasted hubs, new bearings, new tyres, they're all ready to go. Cylinder head there all vapor blasted, and here we've got the zinking, which is what I've been waiting for. So the zinking is now all back, so I can get on with building it. There's all the nuts and bolts and all that kind of stuff, and the spacers, and that great big box there full of all individually zinced nuts, bolts, washers and circlips. So yeah, here's a few more bits and pieces. Now this is the frame. As you can see, I've got the swinging arm in, but it's only temporarily in because I've not put the zinced end caps on the swinging arm yet, but I'll do that today. And here's the engine. As you can see, I've been doing a little bit of work, and I've got it together. So the new cranks in, all the gearboxes checked, and it's all back together. So I can carry on with that now. What I'm going to probably do is I'm going to try and get the bike on its wheels, try and get the forks and the wheels in it, and the main stand, and get it sitting on the ramp. And then I'll probably put the engine back into the frame, and I'll continue to build the engine in there, because the main part of the engine is done now, and the rest can all be done in there. Speaking of the rest of the engine, this is the problem area which I had before, which is the starter clutch, which exploded. So this is the original starter clutch, and this piece here was actually exploded into 3 different pieces, and it fell out. I tried to replace it with bits from a GT550, which didn't work, because this is from a GT550, and it's actually a different size. It's a different size ring, so they were incompatible. So I couldn't use that. But this was the original GT550 plate for the starter, which had the starter rollers in. But as you can see from the edge there, the bearing surfaces are very, very worn. So what I've decided to do is I've decided to update it with the GT550 starter clutch, which goes on there, the starter clutch housing, and because that's all identical in operation and size wise, it's just a different shape. But the starter clutch ring gear, which is the most important bit, is this. I've had this repaired. So what we've done is I've taken it to work, and Paul's very carefully welded it all back together on the inside and the outside. He's taken out the original fossil bronze bush, which was quite slack anyway. That's been taken out. He's welded it all up once, and then I've given it to Garth, and Garth's machined it all on the outside and the inside. Then it's gone back to Paul. Paul's welded it up for a second time, filled all the gaps, and done it all up. Then back to Garth again. Garth's remachined it for a second time, and he's also made me a fantastic new bronze bush that goes in the middle. So that actually sits on there when it's all back together. So I've got all the bits and pieces that I need to successfully put that back together, and hopefully when that all goes back together like that, that's all done. So that'll be good to go. They're the old pistons, by the way. They're getting binned. I've got some new pistons on the way, and yeah, so that's it. So we've got loads of work to get on with. So let's get started. Good morning. So back in Higgsy'S man cave, and we're getting on with the GT550. I'm just about to put the front forks in. As you can see, I've put the back wheel in. I've completely built the back wheel up. I think I did a video of that. Swinging arms in. The old shocks are temporarily on there until the new ones come. Basically, I just want to get the thing sat on its wheels, then I can put the engine in and start building it from there. So this morning I'm going to put the forks in. So I've done a little bit of prep. So I've cleaned the threads up on here, and on the top here, run a tap through it, and everything else, and cleaned on the inside, so that all fits up. So hopefully I should be able to just slide the forks in now, complete with the rubbers and all the repolished headlamp ears and everything, and get that sat in. And hopefully I might be able to get the front wheel on. So then I can tie it down and it's all ready for the engine to go back in. So let's get started with that. This is where it all goes horribly wrong. Right. So here's the forks. Here's one we made earlier, as they say on Blue Peter. Right. Which side's the flipping disc on? Duh. Right. Let's have a look. If in doubt, look at the book. Oh great, they show a drum brake. Brilliant. I'm sure it's... Stupid books. This is a proper stupid book, by the way, the Haynes manual. GT380 and GT550, and it's all about the GT380. And occasionally it says, yeah, the GT550 is basically similar. It's not. GT380 is 6-speed, the 550 is 5-speed, 550 is electric start, 380 is not. A completely different bike. Rant over. Haynes manuals, shite. Always were. I genuinely don't know which side the flipping disc goes on. Can't remember. Oh no. If in doubt, look at your phone. Look at pictures of the bike. What a stupid thing to get stuck on. But then I have had a nasty bump on the head, so you'll have to bear with me. Right, there we go. So the disc is on the right. That didn't take long, did it? So the disc's on the right, so that's the right hand one. Well, let's just lower this down a little bit so we've got something easy to work on. Right, so this is the right hand one. So this goes on here first. That goes on there, and that goes on there. And this should go there. I should probably have tried this first, shouldn't I? But, you know, nobody wants to see it perfect, do we? Oh, there we go, happy days. Right, I'm going to just take it off, I guess. Okay, so that goes on there. Rubber sits on top. That would be this one. That now sits on there. Okay, it goes all the way up. All the way up to there. This sits on top of there, I think. Yes. That sits on top of there. That sits on top of there. Yep, that's something about right. Something about me. Do you know what? I think I'm going to take this washer off. I didn't actually have a washer on, but I put one on just to make it look nice. But I think it's spoiling it, so I'm going to take those washers off. Don't need it. I just want to scratch my new paint. But if it ain't right, it ain't right. So I'll leave that one out. Okay, so that's pretty good. This is where I put the other leg in, and the first one falls out. So get ready to have a laugh. Okay, so yeah, that goes in. Oops. That goes on there. And that goes on top. Is it? Yeah, this one goes in, does it? What's wrong with this? Something wrong here. Oh, well, there we go. What did I tell you? This is where the first one falls out. Oh, go on now, tighten the bloody thing up. Don't move. Right. Get my bestest tool in the world. My favourite tool, that should be about right. That's all it takes. Adjust it later. Right, so yeah, that one can go up there. Might as well just give that a quick buzz just to this one goes on here. Is that the right way around? Is that meant to go in there? Because it's slightly thicker there. No, that is definitely the right way around. Definitely the right way around. The thin bit goes that side, yeah. That's that. And then that goes that way around. Yes, it goes on there. Right. Let me just double check I've done this one right now. Check that on this one. Yeah, thin bit at the top, so that's correct. Polished up plate. Yep, that's all looking good. Let's just drop this on, line them up. Yep, don't fall over. Get me a whacking stick. Yep, that's pretty much down there. Throw that on the floor. Pick it up again. Can't find the washer, but I'll find it later. Just put that in so it doesn't jump out. Right. So now, that's good. So now, just set that roughly about right. Also, let's get that best bit of the fork sticking out, a little bit of the fork at the back. This is what you have to do when you're trying to restore something. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that one. Bits of rust spots at the back. I mean, I've polished these forks up, and there was the odd rust blemish on them, tiny little bits of surface rust, but not in the part that matters, where the seal passes. So, I mean, I can either spend a fortune and get them re-chromed for no particular purpose, or I can just make the best of it and try and turn them so that it doesn't matter too much. Okay, so that's good. So that is basically that. That's good. I mean, that's not tightened down too much, and I haven't tightened these up, but they don't need to be done yet. So, right. Well, let's put the mud guard on. Why not? Why not put the mud guard on? Beautifully polished up by my mate Paul. Although I think we'll give it a little finish of. Do it in position actually. I'll do it in position. Sounds like a little cheap, but there you go. It just holds almost in position. Go up again. That's a good idea. Yeah, big fuck off 10 rooms. It's always a nightmare trying to get the right bolts. They look like they've got a shank on. They've got a shank on. Why would you need that? We don't. All big ones. What the hell is that? Oh, there it is. Give it a bit of a wipe. Yeah, this is the cap that Suzuki fitted over to cover up the holes for a second disc if they decided, or you decided later to put a second disc on it. Not when you put the caliper, but there you go. I think it was just Suzuki using a generic wheel, like because I think the hub's exactly the same as the GT550, which does have 2 discs. So right, let's go. That goes on there, and that. This just presses it in there. That's it, job done. So, spacers and stuff. So we need, I'm going to put the wheel on. I need the speedo drive, which is, it is what? Yep. Speedo drive. Yep. And so the speedo drive is on there. And this side here, there should be the big old spacer. The big old zinc spacer. Yep. That big old zinc spacer. That goes in there, perfect. Yeah, that's well on. And then this goes in there. I'm just going to give this a quick wire brush. Oh, Scotch Brite actually. A bit of Scotch Brite. Oh, nice bit of Scotch Brite. Just take the worst of it off. Some things don't need a great deal of restoration. It's for clean. It's been well. It's not that much. I don't know if you need that. Not really well. Just a damn good clean and a good rub. Just taking all the years of dirt out of it. Not too bad then. think sometimes you can over-restore things. Have things gleaming like mad. You really don't need to be. I don't think so. Sometimes I think it actually spoils the bike. It's gleaming like a new pin. It didn't look like that. I knew it did. They weren't dirty, but they weren't polished to death, were they? It was clean, but just as produced, as it came out of the factory. Here in Japan. Oh. Okay. Looks pretty good. Pretty decent there. If we go on there. This way around. Somewhere near. Let's drop these down. This side. Yeah, that goes in this side. Now we just want spindle. Spindle. Here's what we didn't clean earlier. See if I can get sticking out anyway, but I'll just give it a quick lick on the polisher. I don't think I need to. Side. Spindle bit's missing. What are you doing with the spindle? What are you doing with that? That'll be that then. bit then. Yep. Right. Time for a fag and a cup of tea. Right, let's see if we can get this wheel in. So, that goes up there. That comes in from this side. I wonder if I put this underneath it, it might help. Too far. Who knows? I'm sure there's much easier ways of doing this, but when you're on your own, sometimes you just have to do what you got to do. I think I'm jumping there now. Oh. Oops. Yeah, not the way there. Let's take this out to see if that helps. They're probably all on a good laugh at it, thinking, what's he doing it like that for? Miles easier ways to do it. I'm sure there probably is. It's just complicated. Like, putting this in before would be a really big help. Like I say, it's not very well until you actually to try and do it yourself. Yes. Right. The whole thing just dropped there. Which has got the frigging wheel on, isn't it? Right. Put this back on. How to do things the hard way. The hard way. With its Higgsy's. Right. Very helpfully, Suzuki have put the word up and an arrow on the speedo drive. So we'll follow their advice. So that goes through there, that goes through there. And don't look now, but I've nearly done it. Oh my god. 13. Oh, that looks nice. All nice and zinc spaces and everything. That does look good. All we want now is this. And not to put it on. 17 mil. That's actually loose, actually, so it doesn't really need to be. All this does is just tightens the wheel together. It doesn't actually centralise it in the forks or anything. So that just tightens it onto the spacer and everything else. But you can still push this in or out. So that's good. Right, so don't need that anymore. It's actually sitting on the wheel, isn't it? Cool. So that's on there. This hasn't tightened. This isn't tight. Oh, stabbed myself. Right, so that's rotated a little bit. Well, that's okay. It still says up. That's tightened up. So we can tighten this on here then. Tighten the front one first. That's what we say. By making it like this, it doesn't pinch the forks together. And you put the wheel in, which is a good idea for fork alignment. Right. Wow. Starting to look like a motorbike. Which is handy, because that's what all right. Well, I think the time has come to go to work. Try and get some more bits for the engine. I'll just see if I can show you what we've done here. Will I or won't I? Yes. So yes, so this is the repaired clutch starter ring gear. Ooh, I don't know if you can see me properly. So this is the repaired starter ring gear, which has been welded and machined and welded and machined again, and has a new bronze bush in there made by Garth. And this is the starter clutch, which I've stolen from a GT750 to replace the original GT550 one, which was full of bits. The balls, the big balls and the springs and the plungers, they're all new, which are still available in a kit. So I've got that. So this fits into there. as you can see, it will turn one way but not the other. And that all goes back on the engine. But I do need a couple of shims, so I need to go and rob my gearbox stock and try and get some. So this, let's put this on first. That goes on there, which goes nicely. It needs a shim. It needs the clutch basket, and then it needs another shim, which I don't have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shim to work. I'm going to go, as it's a Saturday, and there's nobody there, probably. I'm going to take this shim to work, and I'm going to go through my box of gearbox spares, and I'm going to see if I can find a shim the same as that. I mean, I looked on the parts workshop manual on the internet, which is the only way to get it, because the Haynes manuals are rubbish, as I've already told you. And it does show two of these. One in front of the starter clutch ring gear and behind the clutch, and then another one in between the clutch centre and the clutch basket. And there's only one on this bike, so whether that's right or wrong or what, I don't know. But I did fit it up yesterday, and I did just temporarily try tightening the centre nut in the clutch basket, and it was too far back. The whole thing was too far back with only just the one shim, and it would have been a problem. So I definitely need two of these. So I'm going to go to work now and see if I can find one.